Hello, I'm Mr. the Cat. That isn't actually my name. I'm a sociology teacher, and therefore I don't know anything about the real world. Hey, brilliant. Unfortunately, today I'm going to talk about newspapers again. Maybe I'll stop doing that. I must stop doing that. Anyway, right. Newspapers. Weird thing, again, about 2 weeks ago. Newspapers in this country magically grew a spine, and journalists kind of woke up out of their proprietor's slumber and suddenly started to ask some very awkward questions of the government. Very awkward questions. Now, newspapers, I often ask my students, what are newspapers for? And they say, to tell you the news. And I'll say, nope, they're there to sell you newspapers, all right? And they will sell newspapers to people that will buy them. And if newspapers are giving out a line which is bad, they will tend to change it. Go back and look at the Scottish referendum day. The Scottish Sun supported the Scottish referendum, and the British Sun, or the English Sun, I should say, or Welsh Sun, that one didn't. Same owner, different paper, still wanted to sell the newspapers. Ooh, odd, eh? Rupert Murdoch. Yeah, get you. But what happened a couple of weeks ago was it became painfully obvious amongst anyone who was a sentient human being of the British population that our government was effectively just winging it. Yeah? And we were being told porkies about what was going on. Yeah, testing. Yeah, we're going to have 1,000 million testing by the next week. It patently wasn't going to happen. Yeah. We're going to have all this PPE equipment, and then they show pictures of nurses basically wrapped in bin bags because there isn't any. It was basically when the death toll had passed 20,000, which the government had set a target for themselves as being a low good one, and we were kind of sailing past that. Anyway, newspapers actually started asking some quite awkward questions, and there was collectively a lot of front pages, even amongst the Daily Mail and Daily Telegraph of this world, which were saying, this is going very badly wrong. Which is kind of good. That's what journalism should be. The Fifth Estate should be holding the government to account. And then they stopped. They just stopped doing it. Go back to a week ago. Newspaper headlines. Almost invariably, sorry, not the headlines, front pages, almost invariably would be one of these, right? Okay, or collectively all of them sometimes. Number one, picture of Boris Johnson. Oh, he's just become a daddy happy. Oh, yeah. Colonel Tom, bless him. 2 Spitfires. Dagger, 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 to machine gun the enemy? I don't really know. Anyway, and preferably, if we were especially lucky, we'd have a lovely, adorable picture of 5-year-old Minor Royal. Doesn't he look lovely? Oh, it's great. And some newspapers on these days actually didn't mention the virus at all on their front page. Nothing. As care homes basically ended up with only being half full because of various problems. Well, so what changed? Was it that newspapers suddenly decided that the British public wanted feel-good stories only? Well, what usually works in these circumstances is to say, let's follow the money. Now, newspapers basically work on advertising revenue. Newspapers don't really make money. They just about scrape by these days on advertising revenue. And because of COVID-19, number one, people weren't buying newspapers. I wonder why. Anyway, and the second thing is that advertisers don't want to advertise next to bad news. So newspapers reckoned that they were losing 50 million quid. Basically, they were going to lose that over the next 3 months in advertising revenue. The government suggested to the newspapers that they would give them £35 million if they carried COVID-19 advertising from the government. And the newspapers said, oh, thank you very much, sir, thank you very much, and went off to tending the lower field, tugging their little cap at their master. Yeah. So now we just have these newspapers with this kind of bland, insipid, Thursday night, let's everybody clap, let's show some Spitfires, because what we need to do is show this virus how much we're just going to stand up to it like we did Hitler. And Boris Johnson, inevitably, you feel good stories about Boris Johnson all the time. Boris Jung-un, I think we should start calling him, our glorious leader, yeah. So what I'd like to see after the virus is maybe just that our journalists could go back to doing their job. Now, their job isn't simply to please their billionaire owners, okay? Our newspapers went very, very close the last couple of weeks to going out of business, and maybe they should have done. Maybe that's the way the market should work, eh? Because we're all in favour of the market, aren't we? Anyway, it's just a thought.